All right. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Welcome.
Going on? Let's have some fun. It's What's Up Weekly. It's Wednesday evening. This is a big call for those of you that are on. This is time to stack it up. Take these 2 minutes, as always, before you put in where you're watching from. Before you do that, make sure you send one last message to that team. Drop a message in the team chat. Let them know, hey, we're up and running. What's Up Weekly is going, and you gotta be here tonight. You gotta be here to check it out. And then as soon as you've done with that, let us know where you're watching from. I, as always, am watching from the East Coast out here in Pennsylvania. David, where are you at?
Mountains.
Always. He's coming from those mountains in Colorado. I see Seattle and New Jersey and Minnesota and Tennessee and Nebraska. So many amazing folks already with us.
Nice. Yep. New Jersey, my original home state. Cleveland, Tennessee, Nebraska, Canada, Nebraska, go Big Red, Washington. I bet you we got more people from Nebraska than any other network marketing company out there.
Nebraska's holding it down. I love it.
Washington, Ohio, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Try to spell that one if you're not from Albuquerque. Wisconsin, Nebraska, Malone, New York, Brenham, Texas, Arkansas, Seattle. My goodness, go ahead. We got endless. We got Canada and Puerto Rico's in the house. We got it looks like Team Elevate is here. Good to see you guys. New Hampshire's in the house. Again, we are excited. We've got an action-packed agenda, and as you've seen, a special guest coming on at the back end of this. We're going to get through our announcements and our updates as we have some really fun and exciting stuff to get into here this evening. But we also have a really amazing guest that I am very, very honored and excited is going to be here to share some wisdom with you, share some excitement with you. And so, it's going to be an action-packed call. Make sure, again, send those messages out. Let your team know if you're getting on here just now. Make sure you send that last minute message. Hey, What's Up Weekly's going, and you do not want to miss tonight's call. So I love, you talk about duplication. The Canadians, they duplicate when they put Canada, Manitoba, BC, wherever they're from, they got the little Canadian flag in the chat. So they always like to represent. So I like that.
I love it.
I love it.
It's good to see all of you on here, and I'm excited. Well, we'll give it just about another minute here. Let this call stack up. Again, we've got some important information. We're going right into the meat of this call. Right into the details that you are going to want to know to end your month strong. So this is not What's Up Weeklies are never, boring. I would like to think, hopefully, but tonight's call is elevating. We're taking it up a notch. We're stepping it up a little bit, and we're going to get right into the meat of it here. David has got some exciting announcements. We've got some incredible PowerPoints. If you're watching this on your phone, get your fingers ready to snap some little screenshots of some of these great things that we got coming up here on the PowerPoint. If you're watching on your computer, grab a notepad, grab a pen, make sure you're taking some notes. And later on, when you get on social media, all of these assets will be available for you. But with that, David, I think that we're 2 minutes in, and we've got over 100 people on the call. I say we kick it off and get rocking and rolling here.
Well, let's do it. And shout out to Sheila and the marketing department for putting together our PowerPoint slides. And really excited. Let's just jump right into it. We got a lot of exciting information. And so we've got 4th of July specials for the US, which actually start tomorrow. So, our normal cadence is that when we like to make a big announcement, we like to make it on What's Up Weekly, and we like to start noon Central Time the following day. 4th of July weekend coming up. 4th of July in the U.S. is Monday, and we're going to celebrate all weekend long starting tomorrow. So as part of month end, we're starting at noon Central tomorrow, and these specials go all the way through Tuesday, July 5th. We know some of you are going to be tied up on Monday night for sure. So we wanted to run this all the way through 11:59 Central Tuesday night. And the first special we got is Red, White, and Brew. Thank you, Gabrielle Merrill, for naming this one. She's part of our field advisory board. And when we threw out this combination, she's like, oh, that's Red, White, and Brew. Happy Collagen plus our dose with Max Coffee. Save $33 if you've got a customer on retail. And of course, all of you on this Zoom tonight, only $140 for 3 of our best products. Save $20. And of course, that Happy Collagen is available. It's shipping, and it's the centerpiece actually of all three of our specials. So we've got regular price Happy Collagen with a special price on the Dose Duo, and that's why you're getting the savings. So red, white, and brew for those of you who are not coffee drinkers but Zest Plus drinkers, got a similar special, Happy Collagen at regular price with a super special on the Zest Plus Dose Duo. So Zest Plus and Happy Caps save $38 retail, $25 off a wholesale, only $145. Again, US only from tomorrow at noon all the way through July 5th at midnight. And then Canada Day, our friends up north, Canada Day, July 1st. And we're going to be celebrating the exact same time period, noon tomorrow through July 5th. We've got similar specials. So the coffee special up in Canada, instead of Max Coffee, it's Daybreak Coffee. And instead of Zest Plus, they've got an iced tea special up there. That was as per Melissa Pordeaux, our field advisory board member in Canada. She said, we want the Georgia Peach. We said, you got the Georgia Peach. So there you go. Happy Collagen, Georgia Peach, and the Happy Cap, super special price. $20 off wholesale, $33 off of retail. Celebrate Canada Day all weekend long, tomorrow through the 5th. So excited about all that. And as I said, Happy Collagen is shipping now. It is available, and it's available for Smart Ship. And we got two other products. One that people have been knocking down the doors and scratching at the doors, which is our Optimal Probiotic 8. That is back in stock, I believe, as of Monday. And if you had it on Smart Ship, for some reason it wasn't, it was out of stock during Smart Ship, it will ship automatically. And so Optimal Probiotic 8 is in, and for a very short period of time, I believe our Nitro Sticks were out, but those are back in play as well. So thanks to the operations team for making things happen. And supply chain issues are real. We're doing the best we can to keep our prices down, to keep our products flowing, and to keep everybody happy. And speaking of happy, we want to switch people over. We want to switch their collagen. We want to switch their coffee. We want to switch their iced tea. We want to switch their lemonade. We want to switch. So we've got the Switch Squad swag. Taylor, say it with me 5 times fast. Ready?
Switch Squad swag, Switch Squad swag, Switch Squad swag,
Switch Squad swag. It's a hard one, man. It's a hard one. I get to Switch Squad swag once I hit number 5. So anyway, we've got Switch Squad swag, and that is for this month. If you enroll one new customer, we've got our recognition. Thanks to Jen Kirby for making that happen online. And importantly, we got a coffee mug, a water bottle, and a hoodie for 3, 5, and 7. So Jen will be reaching out to you, especially if you got the hoodie, to make sure we get your size, to make sure you look fantastic on social media, part of the Switch Squad. So really, really simple. And our marketing team has put together some really nice social posts as well. Create your own, let people know, hey, I have a great coffee I'd love to share with you. And if you switch, you can win $100. What do I mean by $100? $100 in rewards points to one new customer every single day for the month of June, July, August, and September. It's a 4-month program, Summer of Simplicity. And we want to congratulate these new customers. They just started in the last week. Laura, Jerry, Leanne, Deanna, Lorraine, Tina, and Jet Sangley. I think that's how you say it, but Jet Sangley. So congratulations to those 7 people who are brand new customers from June 22nd to the 28th. And we want to thank the brand partners who brought them in, the enrollers of those folks: Candy McAfee, Carolyn, Natalie, Anita, Aaron Francese, Trinity, and Sol Torres. Congratulations to you as well. You get $100 in cash. I believe that'll be on your next weekly check. So Candy, Carolyn, Natalie, Anita, Aaron, Trinity, Sol, thanks so much for just going out there, helping people start, just their happy experience, so you don't have to promote the Switch Squad, but we just felt like it's a fun, easy way to begin the conversation around switching over your coffee, your collagen, your probiotics, since those are back in, and all the products that we have. So anyway, loving the summer of simplicity, and we're going to really start to see all that swag showing up on social media here in the next week or 2 or 3. So congratulations to those who have hit 3, 5, and 7 new customers. And if you haven't, you still got time, a little more than 24 hours. And I know we got something to help people get new customers and new brand partners. We do every Thursday night. So Taylor, I'm going to turn it over to you.
For sure. Yeah. I want to touch on the summer of simplicity, and do me a favor. You
that.
guys know, you know my favorite number now. David calls it out. Or put a 5 in the comments if you're enjoying the summer of simplicity so far. If you're enjoying these rank up, these rank runner bonuses, and more so, what I want to chat on just for a minute, just to let you guys know that we are really putting some serious effort into making sure that things look different at the Happy Co. Not only than how they have in the past, but how they look in other companies. I've been a part of, as has David, a lot of other network marketing companies in this space. And one thing that we see a lot is a lot of companies choose to focus a lot of their energies on, call it that diamond level. Call it that black diamond, that diamond, that you know, those higher ranks is where you're going to start getting brought in and trained, and you get to be flown out and all that fun stuff. I want to really champion JT for being a coachable in this sense, and being willing to listen to some outside counsel and to come forth with an incredible idea, which is the Happy Co Olympics. I am so excited, as I know David is, as is everyone on our team, about the Happy Co Olympics. Why? Because it focuses on the bronze, the silvers, and the golds. It focuses on those that are just getting started in their journey here. It focuses on them and wraps our arms around them, giving them the skills and tools necessary to not only just, how many people on your business have walked backwards into silver and they have no idea how they got there? We want to have an army of people that know exactly how they got from bronze to silver, and exactly how they got from silver to gold, and then how they took their business from gold to going and creating new bronzes. And so this is really the focus of the Happy Co Olympics. If you are a new bronze, you should be invited. If you haven't been already, reach out to your upline and they will make sure you get an invitation to our brand new Happy Co Olympic Bronze Facebook page. Our commitment with this page is that for all the new bronzes from 2022 up till current, and then every month, all those new ones are going to be added in. What we are going to try to do for you, Julie, that's trying to get to bronze by the end of the month, you got it. And everyone drop a heart in the comments for Julie looking to get to bronze this month. We believe in you, sister. I believe in you. I know David believes in you. You got this. But at the end of the day, what I want to say is, for you, when you get to bronze, you're going to be in this Facebook group where we're going to have 12 6-figure and above earners here at the Happy Co. We call them our Happy Co Olympic coaches, are going to be going in on a weekly basis to drop in trainings, all going off of our Getting Started guide. So all information that you have, but you're going to be hearing it through the voice of a 6-figure earner that's going to be talking you through building your list, re-identifying your why, you know, all these little simple steps that are going to help you get to silver. Then once you get to silver, Stacy, I'm claiming it for you as well, sister. I'm claiming it for you. You said yes, you're telling the world, now you're going to go figure it out. I love seeing these comments in the chat. This makes my blood just like, oh, I'm fired up right now, David. I'm freaking fired up. But at the end of the day, from bronze to silver to gold, your goal is to get to gold and have one of those Happy Co Olympic coaches fly out to your house to work with you and your team and help propel you to that next stage in your business. Along this way, I mean, I just am excited that, again, we at the Happy Co have made it our point that we don't need you to get to diamond for you to be recognized, for you to be loved on, and for you to receive the tools and training necessary to go out there and grow your business. We want to give them to you at the very beginning of your journey. And some people say you're crazy. You can't give all that training to bronzes and stuff. That's too much. Not for us. Sorry, not for us. And so with the Happy Co Olympics, I'm so excited that Mr. Brian Heflin is going to be going live in our Facebook bronze group tomorrow for our first Happy Co Olympic training for our bronzes. And I am just so grateful. I believe he's going to be going early afternoon. So look forward to that, bronzes. And if you're pushing to get in by the end of the month, know that obviously they're stored there and recorded. So if you got in by the end of the day and you get added in, you can go back and watch it. But Happy Co-Olympics. Fired up beyond belief about that. Also, like David was saying, ending the month strong. What better way to get yourself into that bronze group, into that silver group, earn yourself a gold trip by one of our Happy Co-Olympic coaches, than to let us do the work for you. Again, how much easier is it when you are the messenger and not the message? How much more duplicatable is it when you are the messenger and not the message? And we have the incredible, the brilliant, she is just filled with so much energy and so much wisdom. The incredible Gabrielle Merrill is going to be on with us tomorrow evening. We've got some amazing fresh testimonials that I do not want you to miss hearing, as there's some great stories that will fire you up in your business. Even if you've been here for 3-4 years, I don't care. These stories are going to relight a fire in you. And so make sure you're on, and don't just make sure that you're on, make sure that you bring a few guests with you as well. And drop some love in the comments for Gabby, as she is always amazing, and I know is going to do an incredible job tomorrow evening. Also have our convention. I want to talk about convention before we get to our special guest. This leads into it perfectly. Ladies and gentlemen, my focus from this point forward is convention. I need that to be your focus. Put a 3 in the comments if convention is all you're focused on for the next 3 months. How many people can you get to convention? 3 in the comments if that's your focus. Because I promise you, it's the person that has the most butts in seats from their organization at convention wins. That's the game. This is your only focal point. And what more ease could we have made it for you with the happier and the happiest packs being a free convention ticket? So, and I want to remind you, for anyone that has a new brand partner that's come on with one of these happier or happiest packs, it's as simple as calling customer service and saying, hey, I'd like to use my free convention registration. They go on and they get your name right over to Courtney and our events team, and they get you registered. You'll get an email with all the details that you were registered and all that stuff. You're done, taken care of. One simple call. So again, Thursday night, this is big. It's said on the website that what we originally did is this dinner was going to be for ambassadors and above. But what we decided is we went back, we looked at the amount of people that we could fit in this very exclusive setting. And we saw that we could fit a few more people in, and we want to fit a few more people in. So as of now, the Thursday night dinner at Global Convention is going to be available to all of the Black Diamonds and above. So if you're a diamond, if you're running for diamond, if you're running for Black Diamond, what better reason to get to Black Diamond by convention so that you can be a part of, I mean, this is one of the, if not the most exclusive venue in all of Dallas. And so this is the Jerry Jones headquarters for the Dallas Cowboys. It is a members only club. Our CEO happens to be an exclusive member of this club, and got us access to this room that only holds a select amount of people. It's going to be black tie. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a really elegant and fun night filled with a lot of laughs, a lot of rubbing shoulders with all the who's who here at the Happy Co. And on top of that, we're going to have all of our keynote speakers there as well, so that you're going to have extra time to hang with them, take pictures, swap stories, and fun stuff like that. Friday night, for anyone that might not be a Black Diamond that's coming in just to attend General Convention and be a part of this convention with us, we're so excited. Friday, we start General Convention. General Session is going to start Friday afternoon. Friday night, we are going to have our 90s party. So I am very excited to see how you guys take this, whether you're going Marky Mark, or you're going, Alanis Morissette, or you're going Weird Al Yankovic, or how you're going to dress up for this 90s party. I am excited to see the Saved by the Bell outfits, all the fun stuff coming out. It's going to be awesome. But the 90s party Friday night is going to be for everybody. It is an all company party. We invite everyone to come be a part of it. We're going to have an amazing DJ. We're going to be dancing. We're going to have games. A lot of fun stuff going on Friday night. We left Saturday night open so that if any of the leaders or any of the teams out there wanted to do some team activities, maybe a meeting after the meeting, or maybe some training, or maybe you want to go out and do a fun team dinner, Saturday night would be your opportunity to do that. And so I'm excited to say, I don't know what the next slide is. What's the next slide before the final one? What's that one? Oh, okay, perfect. That tees it up. That's what I needed. Awesome. I got to text him and let him know that we're ready for him. But ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. One of our keynote speakers messaged me the other day and said, I literally cannot believe that you made this happen. He said, this has been a dream of yours, which it has been a dream of mine for about 4.5 years now, to do something like this, something that I believe the network marketing profession has never seen before. Where we're not just bringing one keynote speaker, we're not just bringing 2 keynote speakers or 3, but we are bringing 4 of the top generic coaches in the entire network marketing profession to our global convention to bring more value than I believe has ever been brought into a global convention in the past. I really, truly believe that what we are creating here, and I'm going to be talking and typing, what we're going to be creating here is going to be something incredibly special. I think that those that are in attendance, I think that you are going to have an experience that will rival any experience you might have had up until this point. I think that it's, I mean, yeah, all the other stuff that we got going on, it's going to be amazing. But I want to introduce, because we have our first keynote speaker is hopping on here in just a second to come and not only say hi, but to share a little bit of value. I want to give a little bit. There he is right there. I want to introduce him. He is a rock star. He is a legend in this space. Not only has Mr. Darren Kidd been in the network marketing profession for over 25 years, since the early 90s, he has been a trainer, consultant. When I want to say that this dude grew a team of over 100,000 people in his organization, when I want to say that his team was doing over $500 million in revenue, when I want to say that when he went generic, he was reached out to by John Maxwell, by Grant Cardone. He is a certified John Maxwell coach. He's been interviewed on multiple platforms. He's spoken all around the world. He trains people all over the place. A lot of you have been personally trained by him. You've worked with him a little bit, but he is the incredible Mr. Darren Kidd. And brother, I am so excited. I was just talking about convention and the crazy time and 4 years in the making of getting this together. But thank you so much for being here this evening, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, you got it, my man. It is an honor. I appreciate you. And hey, everyone, it's great to see all the comments in the chat. And I know I don't have to say this, but you're very blessed to have the leadership with David and Taylor and all the corporate staff that want to continue to invest in you and your future. And a lot of times we take that for granted. That is not the norm in a lot of companies. So you're very blessed. And I appreciate all the encouragement in the comments. And man, Taylor, when you were saying that the other day, my wife was like, all right, when did you join? We were writing up like your bio, right? And I'm like, man, was it 91, 92? And I'm like, dang, I can't be that old, right? So, but
it's
you know
awesome
what?
though, man. I think that and you look like you look like you're my age. And so it's perfect. I mean, you should watch this guy on social media. This guy's dancing. He's an amazing dad. He's always doing the fun stuff and the dances. He's just goofing around. But I'll tell you what, man, I was just saying that we're doing something I don't believe this profession has ever seen before when it comes to the amount of not only content, but keynote speakers, value, wisdom that we're bringing to this global convention here, end of September, early October. And, you know, I would love if you would just take a little bit of time, maybe share a little bit of your wisdom, kind of the importance, obviously the importance of getting to convention, but maybe some strategies on how ways they could get some of their team there and maybe some new people there. But I know that our company is just excited to have you, man. And everyone, if you haven't already, drop some serious love in the comments for Darren, and I'll turn it over to you, brother, to share a little wisdom.
All right, my man. Well, listen, I appreciate that. Yes. And let me just ask your permission real quick for everybody in the comments. And I know the answer or you would not be on here. Do I have permission to coach you? And do you want me to tell you what you need to hear or what you want to hear? Do you just want to be pumped up and inspired? Or do you really want to go out and unlock that next level of your life? All right, let's see. Okay, need. All right, some of you are saying want and need. Let's mix it up. We'll make it a little bit of both, right? And so you know what's interesting, and I'm going to talk fast because we're going to keep it very brief. But here's what I would say: people hear the story this side. Hey, Darren went out and built teams that did hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, and we did, right? And we built hundreds of thousands of people. And I was a top recruiter, top retention, top customer getter, you know, all those things before social media, with social media. And it has nothing to do with Darren is brilliant right? I did have a PhD. You know, I was poor, hungry, and driven. I had that going for me. But what I was smart enough to do was go out and find the people that had what I want and model what they did. And that changed everything. And, you know, and it's important when if you're asking people for advice and listening to people, that if you buy their opinion, you buy their lifestyle. Be very careful who you take advice from. And that's why I struggled at the only year and a half I went to college. You know, I was like, man, my business professor has never had his own business. My health professor's not even healthy. How the heck are they going to teach me? It's like you asking me after this Zoom tonight, messaging me, Darren, please give me your best hair care tips. You're not going to do that. It sounds crazy. That's the same crazy that we go out and ask people business advice that have never had the success that we want to have. And so they hear all of that part of the story, but I want to tell you the better part of the story. The better part of the story was I failed for 7 years, right? Not too many people failed for 7 years before they had success. That was me. And it wasn't until I had the right people that came into my life that changed everything. And so let me ask you this question, and I encourage you to take notes as I share this with you, because this is part of the training as I share the story. What if I could show you how to speed up your business 1 to 2 years minimum in a 48 to 72 hour window? Would you want me to know? Would you want to know what it is? Would you want me to share that with you tonight? Okay, good. Remember you told me you wanted to hear what you needed to hear, not what you wanted to hear. And I think that's so important. I don't think I know, because let me just tell you this, the same level of thinking and the same behaviors and the skills that you have right now are not the same thoughts and behaviors and skills that are going to get you to the next level. The same version of you that you have right now, it's going to take an upgraded version. But here's the awesome thing about it. Everything we talk about is something that you can do. Because see, at 25, my wife and I have 5 kids, and that can happen if you work from home, right? That's why I tell her it's not a bald head, it's a solar panel to a sex machine. And if you laughed, she did too, right? You know, but hey, you got to have fun, right? Dad jokes. I got dad jokes for days. But, you know, when you work from home and you get bored, and that can lead to another kid, but they're blessings. But when my 23-year-old was born, so they're 29 down to 14, we were on Medicaid, government assistance. My car was repossessed 1 street over from where I am right now on Timberlake Road. I'm a college dropout. My wife's a college dropout. Up until a few months ago, we lived in a town that had, when we left, 49 years later, 5 traffic lights. Right? I mean, 1,500 people in a little town, maybe 10,000 if you went into all the farmland, but really small area. I was depressed, went to the doctor for depression because I'm like, man, I couldn't make it through college. I can't keep a job. I can't feed my family. I can't support my wife. People know in our small town, people, you know, they know your business more than you do. And they all know that I failed. I had no hope. That's why I went to the doctor for depression. And it wasn't until I had someone look at me, not as how I was, but how I could be with my God-given potential, that it changed everything. That's why it's so important who you let into your space, because what you get close to, you catch, right? What gets your attention gets you. You have to focus on the right things. You have to be around the right people. And so here's what happened. I'd been in a company for 13 months and my entire team had quit. Right? I had nobody. They all went into the witness protection program. And there was an event coming up in 2 weeks in Nashville, Tennessee. And actually, you know, Taylor, that's where I met your dad. And they go, look, I will see you at the big event. Now, this guy had the lifestyle that I wanted. Like true story, he was on a float in the pool, middle of the day. You could hear his kids bouncing around in the water. He had this waterproof headset on at the time, that years ago. And he's like, I'll see you at the big event. I'm like, dude, you won't see me at the big event. He's like, why not? And I go, I can't afford it. And he got silent. And he goes, what did you just say? I go, I can't afford it. And by the way, I learned, never say I can't afford it, because your brain wants to be right. It'll go, you're right. Here are all the reasons that you can't afford it. You ask, how can I afford it? And he goes, Darren, don't admit it. And I did not take that very well. It rubbed me the wrong way. True story. I told my wife, I said, if I had the money, it wouldn't be to drive to Nashville. It'd be to fly to Texas and put a country whooping on him, because nobody talks to me like that. But thank God I had someone that told me what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. People are not doing you a favor when they continue to tell you things that keep you in that box, right? We're in a box. If we get too high, then our friends start going, Darren, don't you know who you are? You're bankrupt. You have a car repossessed. You're on Medicaid. You're applying for food stamps. Like, you're a failure at life. Who do you think you are? Remember where you came from. People around here don't do those things. But if you get too low, then they pull you back up, right? And so they keep you in this box. And so he told me what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. And he goes, Darren, you're only a few days away from financial devastation. If anything happens to your car, your health, anything in your family, like if for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. Because we all know the definition of insanity is doing what you've always done and yet expecting to get something different. And I go, I don't have a lot of time. I've got kids. And by the way, we say that like it's a disease sometimes. I got the kids. You got the kids, right? I mean, he's like, I thought that was your reason. I didn't know you're going to use your family as your excuse. You want daycare raising your kids, or do you want to raise your kids? That did not go over well, right? And I go, well, let me think about it, which is code for, let me jump off of here and ask my broke friends and family so they can help me justify the reason, let me off the hook why I shouldn't go. But then when I got off the phone, but here's another thing he asked me real quick too. He goes, what if, Darren, I want to ask you this in the comments, all right? I want you to answer this in the comments. For the next 5 to 10 weekends in a row, what if you could fly all across the country, US, Canada, wherever you're located, multiple countries, and every Saturday you could be trained by one of the best in your company? What would that do for you? Not only that, some of the best in the entire profession that you will have at your event that we can't tell you yet, the combined income, tens and tens of millions, billions of dollars in sales. What would that do for your business? Change your life, leveling up, everything and more, 10x. But how many of you, because he asked me this, Darren, do you have an extra $10,000 or $20,000 to leave your family every week for the next 5, 10 weeks? Get an airfare, hotel, all of that. I'm like, dude, I told you I don't have the money. I don't have $10,000 or $20,000. I can't be away from my family 5 or 10 weekends in a row. And he goes, the good news is you don't have to. All you've got to do is be at the event, and everybody that's making over $10,000 a month will be at the event. Not everybody there is making $10,000 a month, but everybody that's making it will be there. And Darren, if you go, you'll be 1 year to 2 years ahead of everybody that doesn't. And to be honest with you, if you don't go, you probably won't even be in business at the next event. Like, you'll be 1 year to 2 years behind minimum. Darren, you're saying you can't afford to go. I'm telling you, you can't afford not to go. It is not a cost. This is a business. This is an investment. And so what I did when I got off the phone, and I'm like, okay, I had to put my ego in my pocket, because big egos equal small pockets. And sometimes it doesn't hurt bad enough. Like, it's the farmer. You're walking by, and the neighbor looked under the porch and go, hey, mister, your dog is laying on a nail. And he goes, don't worry about it. When it hurts bad enough, he will get up and move. Well, that was the point going, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I started hiding my car because they were looking for it, right? And I said, man, if I can just keep it long enough to get to the event. They found it when I got back, and they took the car. I slept in my car. I sat on the back row. I had a pity party for myself the majority of the time, but I was in the company when I went to the event. But when I left the event, the company was in me, right? I mean, and there's so much training. I was sitting there going, man, I wish I had time, and I will at the event, to share some of these things with you that are absolutely life-changing. Took me 28 years as a distributor to actually get some of the things I want to share with you. And so what happened when I left the event by myself, and what happened the next 90 days, I went to over 10,000 a month. And then that led to $500 million plus in sales and millions of dollars in income. And that's not an income claim, and that's not a guarantee, right? I worked hard, but I think that's the challenge, is when they get into this profession, we candy code it. We don't tell them exactly what to expect. We don't tell them about the emotional roller coaster where you can be high as a kite one day going, I'm like a chihuahua jacked up on Red Bull. We're going to freaking take this storm, take the world by storm. We're going to go up the mountain. And the next day, we don't even want to get out of the bed. We want to lay there in a Snuggie, eat bonbons, and watch Hallmark movies, right? but it is an emotional roller coaster. And so what happened, that event changed my life. And the other thing that happened, I had one person meet me at the event who actually signed up at the event that ended up being my number one, the largest team that I had, that generated a massive amount of sales and revenue over the next decade. So the reason I share that with you, okay, because look, they're bringing me in to speak, whether whoever shows up or not, right? So you can tell by listening to me now, if there's one thing they know about Darren, number one, I'm authentic, right? I'm going to tell you, I can't fake it. So you can tell by my passion, you can tell by my heart, like I love helping people. It drives me, it keeps me up at night, it gets me going in the morning, and people know that work with me, because you can't fake it, right? A leader can't talk about what they don't preach. They don't talk about what they don't talk about what they don't do, no more than they can come back from somewhere they've never been. And so that's my passion, is I want to help you. So being in your shoes right now, here we are going into the summer months. I don't know of another profession where you can actually work extremely hard and have the potential and do a 90-day run, and then maybe one more, and look back and maybe not even recognize your life of where it was 3 to 6 months before. And so here we are going into the summer months. Here's where you make a decision. For 13 years, and again, I'm transparent, I'm authentic, I'm transparent. I tell people I'm a hot trainer, right? And some of you are like, Darren, we can see you. You're not really that hot. No, honest, humble, honest, and transparent, or honest, open, and transparent. There we go. Honest, open, and transparent, hot. And then I like to simplify things. So for 13 years, I hit a certain level, which was a great level, right? It was a high 6-figure level. I was a top recruiter. I was a top retention. I'd sold over 1,000 personal customers with no social media just to get this. And that's not to impress you. It's to express to you, I was at a plateau, even though it was a nice plateau. But then when I tweaked some things in my mind, because it's not what goes on around you that's as important as what goes on within you. Anything you ever achieve, you ever win, you achieve and you win in your head first. So when I made these adjustments in a 40-month window, did more volume, more sales, more recruits, more income than I would have if you would have taken 40 of the prior years and combined them. But it wasn't that I did things drastically different. It was a few little tweaks, okay? And here's the tweak. One of them, people would go into the summer months, and misery loves company. Okay. So I would call up David and go, hey, David, man, how are things for you right now? I know it's July, and I just kind of test him a little bit. Well, man, it's kind of slow, and I've had some things happen on my team, and man, the company customer service is whatever. And I'm like, yeah, me too. Because it would be a negative tennis match. But then I learned, hey, look, you know what? Summertime is the time I'm always preparing my organization for the next season. So what I want to do is say, hey, David, listen, this is the time we gain market share while everybody else is using it as an excuse. Okay, we're on this racetrack. This is the way I look at it. The summer, yeah, you're going to have to work probably twice as hard to get a fraction of the results, just being real with you. But it doesn't mean the results don't come. It means, and we know that, let's face it, we don't reap a harvest in the same season we plant seeds. It's a process. But we get into this business, go, why am I not rich yet? I've been in for 90 days. I've told 10 friends and family, and everybody's negative. Well, part of it's they're watching to see if we stick and stay. Part of it is they're waiting to see if we handle the struggles and the battles because we've quit everything else in life, right? So what we did was, when we had that mindset, we're going to go out and we're going to gain market share. We're on this racetrack, and the summer months, or the light is yellow. But what we're doing is we're preparing for the harvest. We're planting seeds, we're cultivating, we're watering. And then when the winter months come, then what happens is it's going to multiply. Or when that light turns green, we're sitting still. We've lost all momentum. We're starting completely over, which is what I did for years. But then when I work through the summer months, and I'm not saying you don't enjoy your family. Absolutely, you enjoy your family. It's not how much you do, it's the effectiveness of what you do. It's learning to use the minutes that you work do the right things. Okay. And that's a whole nother training. But what happened was when that fall and winter months come, it exploded. So now's the time you gain market share. Another little tweak that I made was using events to just absolutely exponentially grow my business. So my question to you, several questions. The first question is, are you registered? When my mentor asked me, I'm like, well, when I get a big team, then I'll start doing some of the things that you're telling me. He said, that's a bad attitude, Darren. The attitude comes before the big team, before the paycheck, not the other way around. If you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So if you want to make more, you have to become more. So I had to work on me. I had to act as if I had a big team in order to attract that and bring that into my life. And so are you registered? What's your goal for people at the event? Because Taylor, what are we, 90 days out, basically? 90 days. Let me tell you something. You could be brand new. Now, I told you, I went to the event by myself and one person met me at the event. Any one of you could get started today. It's your first day in the company. And then 90 days from now, you could have 20, 30 people or more at the event. But let me tell you this, every week when you find out who is going to be the next guest speaker, there will be no tickets left. So now is the time you have the vision going, look, you know what? I'm getting registered, and a leader gets someone to do something they normally wouldn't have done if we hadn't been there to get them to do it. So I'm going to get on the phone, impose my will, because there's so many distractions right now. And I'm going to go, hey, listen, Taylor, did you hear about the event? Right? And well, first of all, you could ask him the question, like, Taylor, remind me of why you joined the company. What's most important to you in your life right now? A lot of times brand new people may not know when we say, what's your why? He explains it to me. Man, it's my family. It's this, it's that. And I go, let me ask you this. Would you rather get there sooner or later? Well, sooner. Well, if I could show you a way to speed up your business 48 to 72 hours, 1 to 2 years, would you want to know how to do that? Absolutely. Because are you coachable? Yes. And then you let him know about the event. Because people are tuned in to their favorite radio station. We know that, WIIFM, what's in it for me? So then when I show him, I'm giving him the solution to his problem. And then I am not leaving my financial future in his hands. So I'm going to go ahead and walk him through the registration, because then his commitment level goes to another level. So how many do you want to have at the event in each of your organizations? And what I did, I'm like, I'm never going to ask my team to do something I'm not willing to do. So my goal is, when I had new lines of sponsorship, I treated it as if I had no team. And I went from having 100 and some people at an event 13 years later to 15,000 people. My local event in Virginia a few years ago, my event, not a company event, was over 4,000 people. That's bigger than most company conventions, right? And because the little 1% things that you do that seem to make no difference at all, they compound. And this is one of those things. And Taylor, I was at your dad's mastermind one time when he goes, look, we surveyed a bunch of leaders, and the average, every person you have at an event is at least about $1,000 a year in income on average. One of the multiple 7-figure a year earners stood up and go, look, I didn't really believe that. I went back and surveyed all my leaders, and it's true. He goes, actually, when you have a smaller team, it's more than that. And then once you get a massive team, it's around that or a little bit less. And so what I started doing was just, setting goals, whiteboarding it, putting it on a Crayola notepad. I'm not fancy. And I would set a goal. I would impose my will. I would get all my leaders casting the vision of what was possible, knowing that every butt we had in a seat was stock in the company. And the more stock we had, the more we would own of the future growth of the company. So yes, I would massively promote, and one, be a product of the promotion. Make sure that you're registered. Never ask your organization to do something you're not willing to do yourself. Take inventory of your organization. Find out, do they know about it? Do they know why it's important to them? Are they going? What's their goal? Right? So if you're taking inventory of your organization, that's the potential growth of your organization. Then your goal, your job as a leader, is to help solve problems, because we get paid based on the size of the problem that we can solve. So I had one guy in Virginia. I'll leave you the story because I know I'm out of time. And here's what he said. This guy was so sharp, he was intimidating. Every hair in place, always had a nice suit and tie. He would unbutton it and tuck it in when he ate. And, you know, you just, I mean, he was a legend in his own mind. I tell people that's what I am, but that's what he was. And so finally he's like, you know what? I think I'm going to quit. And I go, you should quit. And he's like, what? I'm like, you don't listen. You're constantly complaining about not having success, but you can't complain about the results you're not getting from the work you're not doing, and you're not coachable. And he's like, well, what do I need to do? I'm like, and I asked him for permission, by the way. You can't just tell people that type of stuff. And he said, I said, you need to be at the event. It's like, can't afford it. And I'm like, you can't afford not to. Are you serious about changing your family's financial future? He went home and he sold. Oh, and then he started giving me excuses. And I go, well, Scott, I almost didn't go to the gym this week because I was completely out of peanut butter. And he's like, what the heck does peanut butter have to do with working out? I go, nothing. But when you're picking an excuse, one is just as good as another one. I picked peanut butter. And he laughed, but he went home and sold his kids' bedroom furniture at a yard sale. Didn't sell his kids, he sold their furniture. And he went to the event and he went on to be a millionaire club member in that company. He's still in there 2 decades later. And he tells the peanut butter story every single year. So leaders are born at events. This event, I'm telling you, when I found out the speakers at this event, I was excited because I'm like, I don't know of another company that has pulled the caliber of people that they're pulling in. They're paying for it. They're investing. All you've got to do is you do the ushering. We can't get the people there, but you want to be the Don King of your company. Mike Tyson, years ago, knocking people out 30 seconds just from the wind from his gloves, right? And it was over in 30 seconds, and there are people that flew from around the world and paid crazy amounts for the tickets. And there's the dude laying on the floor in 30 seconds. Imagine the poor people that went to the bathroom or to get popcorn or whatever, right? And there's Don King in the ring going, look, this fight was nothing. This was a warm-up. This fight, the next fight, is a fight that will go down in history that's never happened before, will never happen again. And people bought tickets again. Years later, Holyfield was broke, Mike Tyson was broke, Don King was rich because he learned the art of promotion. Now is the time. How many people, Taylor, are they allowed to buy an extra ticket or two?
Yeah, they could get more tickets if they wanted to, for sure.
Okay, so here's the deal. If I was in your company, there would be no tickets left by the end of the week, knowing who I know is going to attend. Okay. And I'm not telling you that to scare you, but I'm just saying every week you're going to have a massive rush if there are any tickets left. And then you're going to be going, if I only knew that these people were going to be there, I would have promoted harder. I would have bought extra tickets. You can use the tickets for incentives. You can sell the tickets to your people as they come on board, right? While they're available. So tonight is the night to get registered. Tonight is the night to call an emergency meeting with your organization saying, listen, this is going to sell out. I don't know who all's coming. I just know it's going to be an event that's never happened before in this profession and may never happen again. I just know the ones that go to this event, they're the 1%, the 99% will go underneath when this company goes to a whole nother level, because Taylor's been telling me the things that they're preparing. Like, you are at a place where you can look back at the end of this year and go, thank God I had faith. I put in the work. I put in the effort. And I remember being in Disney World that December when somebody had a talk with me right now, exactly where you are. And I was ticked. I was having a pity party. And I go, you know what? And they said, you're not doing it. And they were right. I said, I'm going to go all in. We would die for the ones that we love and care about the most, but we're worried about somebody telling us no. We're worried about going all in. Now is the time to think bigger. It's time to go all in. It's the time to get fully committed. And then when you go to that event, normally, whatever you have in an event, you can expect it to multiply by 10 times in the next 30, 60, 90 days. You get 10 people to the event, you could have 100 in the next 30, 60, 90 days. I look at the event as a trampoline. When we were little, so I broke 7 bones. Our neighbor, we would pull his trampoline because we weren't going high enough over by his deck. We would stand on the rail, jump off. But they were like, hey, let's lock arms. Smart, huh? And let's jump off together, and it would catapult us into the air. That's the way I look at this event. The more people you have, the more momentum you're going to explode into the end of the year, one of the best times of the entire year. And guess what that does? It prepares you for the new year that's going to catapult you to a whole nother world. And so this is the beginning of something big, right? This is a new launch. I don't care where you are. I don't care if your whole team quit today. You could start right now, and 6 months from now, look back and go, I am so glad I went all in. I'm so glad I stopped making excuses and I committed. And your story will be the one inspiring and motivating people all over the world, directly and indirectly. So Taylor, sorry to go on that rant, but I'm passionate about events. I know what this event's going to do for each and every one of you. And I can't wait to meet you in person, first of all.
Brother, it is going to be much fun. Everybody drop the fire, drop the love. If you like that, that was 20 minutes from this guy. That was 20 minutes. You're going to get 2 hours with this guy at Global Convention, 2 hours of his best stuff on belief, on your why, on taking your business to the next level. This guy in 20 minutes lit fire on people on this call that I knew needed a fire lit, that I couldn't do, David couldn't do. But Darren did it this evening, brother. I appreciate you. And again, get registered. We'll drop the link in one more time after all these flaming emojis go through. But again, make sure you are registered for this event. As Darren said, get some tickets. If you're a leader, great idea. Get a few tickets, use them as incentives. We have a promotion going on right now, Darren. I didn't tell you, but our 2 biggest packs, our Happier and our Happiest pack, we're actually giving away a free convention ticket with those packs right now. And so you have the ability, if you get one of those packs, to get a free convention ticket. So you've got endless opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you tuning in for Darren. And I can't tell you how excited I am for a convention for us all.
Taylor, do me a favor. Let me know tomorrow how many people got registered. And so everybody, here's where I need you to help me, okay? I want Taylor and David to know that, hey, look, Darren's talk, right? It hit home. I'm inspired. I would send your leadership your goal for the event. Okay, let them know, hey, listen, I'm committed. My ticket is purchased. And if you bought any extra tickets, and what your commitment is in each of your organizations, right? We have to inspect what we expect. Performance measured is performance improved. And then that way your leadership can help you go out there and do what it takes to get those people registered. Sorry to interrupt, but I'd love to know the numbers tomorrow, who all gets registered tonight.
You got it. We're gonna track them and we're gonna watch them. You guys got it. Make sure you do something. And again, just that one little move, that one little step, just taking that one extra step, just to make sure that, like Darren was saying, just say yes, tell the world, go figure it out, declare that number. What's it going to be for you? And I think that this event's going to be sold out a lot faster than some of you might think. But with the upcoming speakers that we're going to be announcing here, including the amazing Mr. Darren Kidd, it's unlike anything I think our profession has ever seen before. So with that, want to wish each and every one of you an abundant, a blessed, a safe, and a happy rest of your evening. As always, I look forward to seeing all of you on our Thursday Opportunity Zoom tomorrow night. Make sure you are plugged in for the amazing Gabrielle Merrill, as we are going to be going back and forth on Why the Happy Co. We have some amazing new testimonials. So as we always say, let us do the work for you with those corporate opportunity Zooms, and make sure you get your guests there to come hang with us. Darren, appreciate you. David, as always, you're amazing, brother. Hope you guys have an incredible rest of your night, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Darren. Great training. Appreciate y'all.